Hello, officer. Hope you're not looking for me. Now I'm just kind of exploring because I don't really know the area. I barely know where I am. I'm like right next to my grocery store right now, but I don't really know where to go from here. Sure, everyone's going right, I'll go right. Oh, that guy went left. He's a hipster. He says he went left first. He did it before it was cool. Me, I conform. I do what everyone else does because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Oh, there's a plane. You know, I have no idea if you guys are even catching anything. I don't know if I've got the camera angled correctly or anything. I'm feeling myself leaning back when I accelerate. Hopefully I'm not forcing you guys to stare at the ceiling when I accelerate. I'm kind of on the fence about modifying this car. You know, like, because I have the QWERTY Type S blow-off valve. It just requires a custom pipe to be welded onto, like an intercooler pipe or a charge pipe or anything, I'm guessing, in order for it to work. But, but you know, I'm also trying to save for the E46. So I'm just, I don't know, should I go ahead and do it just so that it would be a little bit of extra fun for you guys to listen to it whilst I make these Motor Madness videos? I don't know. I'm also planning on just doing these videos once a week. Right now it's every Monday. But if you want me to do it more, let me know. Right now it's not possible for there to be any demand because it's so early on. But if there turns out to be a demand and you guys want, you know, more than one a week, let me know. All right, let's see if we can get a good 0 to 60 time. You guys ready? Didn't feel that great. I made a tire squeal though. I kind of gave up before I hit 60 because, you know, the frickin' third gear grinded and that threw me off. Oh well. I mean, I tried. I probably made a good effort, right? You know? Because here's the thing. I want to at least be able to know for myself. I want to be able to prove to myself that I can adequately drive a clutch manual. A Manuel. I want to be able to prove to myself that I can drive a manual with a clutch. That's very important to me. Hello, officer. You didn't see what I just did about 30 seconds ago, so you don't need to worry about me whatsoever. I'm also not going to do a launch with him like right there. But the reason why that's so important to me is because I'm on the fence about deciding about what kind of transmission my next car should have. Should it have a paddle shifter transmission? Or a 6-speed? Or like somewhere in between, like a racing sequential? Like, I don't know. I just, it's hard for me to decide. The paddle shifter racing transmission would be the most consistent and probably the fastest. The clutch manual will get me the most respect, but it won't be as consistent and I definitely won't be as fast. And the sequential is like a blend of both because I can keep the clutch, but my gear changes can be consistent and very quick. And now I'm not talking about this car. This car is always going to be the clutch manual. But for like the M3 E46, I just don't know. Oh, hello. You're walking across the road, I see. That seems like a great life decision. Although it is actually a crosswalk. Never mind. I was judging someone for doing something that actually was in adherence with the law. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. I'm looking for things to complain about because I'm on YouTube. And complaints and drama gets views, I guess. I don't know. I do also have to actually kind of be on the lookout for cops here more so than in Alton or Edwardsville or anywhere else, because Iowa cops, I'm kind of on the fence about whether they're like forgiving or cool about stuff or not. But I can tell you who isn't. Franklin County cops. You guys may or may not have heard of them. A lot of people in Illinois have. And I have a story to tell you about Franklin County cops. It's probably one of the dumbest tickets you'll ever hear about. But this is definitely a true story. I've already paid off this ticket. I had to pay them $150 for this crap. But luckily, because my license is a Washington State license, didn't hurt much. I was driving through Franklin County on my way back from Branson with my girlfriend, and we were heading back to Illinois. We're about halfway through the trip, basically. And we're going through Branson, and what happens is the other car in our group, with some of her family members, gets pulled over for speeding or something. And so we pull over to the left side of the road. Well, not pull over, but like change lanes to the left side because you don't want to go super close to a police car when you're going past it. Otherwise, they'll come after you and give you a ticket for that as well. So I'm on the I'm on the left side of the road going past them, and my girlfriend goes, "Oh my gosh, that was them!" And I go, "What? No way!" Because I thought they were behind us because I was driving pretty quickly. Luckily, they didn't catch me doing that. But anyways, so we go past them, and there's the squad car right in front of them. That's the one that has the cop that's pulled them over. And then a little bit ahead of them, there's a squad car just doing nothing on the side of the road. And we go by, and that squad car starts to move and follow us. Now, that truck sounded interesting, but it actually wasn't because it was just a random pickup truck. So the squad car moves to follow us. Its lights don't turn on or anything. I thought maybe it was following us because maybe her family members let the cop know, hey, that was them, they know us. If one of us is getting jailed, please go and get them so that they can, I don't know, take us home or something, I don't know. But no, that assumption was incorrect. That person was following me because I guess I'm in a sports car on the highway and he was going to wait for me to do something wrong. And apparently I did do something wrong. I was hanging out in the left lane for too long. And now a lot of you are probably going to be like, well, yeah, duh. You know, that's a dick thing to do. But now let me describe my surroundings. The only car in my line of sight in front of me or behind me was the cop. And I had been driving for several hours. So I had highway hypnosis and all that stuff. You know, I was just driving. I wasn't speeding at that point because I knew there was a lot of cops around. But I wasn't actually like consciously doing anything wrong. And there were no cars around me, so there shouldn't have been much wrong with me being in the left lane because I wasn't causing anybody harm. No one was being trapped behind me or anything like that. No one would have known I was in the left lane unless if that squad car had started following me. And so he stayed behind me for whatever the set amount of time there was before he could pull me over, and then pulled me over. And then I pulled over on the left side of the road, which was a terrible idea, but I didn't know you could get a ticket for doing that. Those people are walking in the freaking road. I didn't know you could get a ticket for being on the left side of the road. That was just ignorance for the law, and I take responsibility for that. You know, there's no even ignorance of the law is not a good excuse for breaking the law. But so he pulls me over and he says, "I've observed two things here." And I go, "Oh, what?" And he says, "For one, you've been in the left lane for too long." And I go, "But in order to pass anybody in the left lane, I would have had to have been like going like 130 miles an hour because there were no cars in sight. So I was just in the left lane because it's part of the road." And then he also goes, "You also pulled over on the left side of the road." And instead of arguing with him, the reason why, I'll just tell you guys, the reason why I went to the left side of the road is because it looked safer. There wasn't that much curb space on the right, so I forgot that people had to move over. And so to me, I just thought I didn't want anybody to hit us or for the cop to be in danger or anything like that. When I forgot that people are supposed to move over to give anyone who's pulled over space. I forgot about that. So that was me being dumb and being kind of stressed out and nervous because a squad car was behind me and he turned his lights on. So that's a part I forgot to mention. When he pulled us over, he turned his lights on. He followed us without his lights for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes whilst I was just hanging out in the left lane, which apparently is, you know, terrorism. He pulls me over with his lights. I get a little giddy, and he says all those things. He gives me a ticket that's $150, and that's kind of that. There was no chance of me fighting it because it was an out-of-state thing, lawyer costs and all that, and it just wasn't worth it. It was a dumb ticket. It was a dumb ticket. An annoying officer just trying to, I'm guessing, meet a quota because it was July 4th weekend. So they were doing all the nipple twisters. Bunch of pricks. Bunch of a-holes. But yeah, if anyone's going to Branson or going through Franklin County or lives in Franklin County, my condolences to you especially, because your life must suck. Because I was, and I'm quoting someone else here when they say this, the Franklin County cops spend more time extorting citizens than policing or protecting them. Get in your lane, sir.